Hey, welcome back to Karen's Papercraft. Thank you very much for watching. I thought it was time for another tea light box, and since Christmas is not too far away, I decided to give my box a Christmas look. It'll hold 4 tea lights, so I think it'll be a perfect Advent gift. And you see, it's beautifully finished inside and out. Now, if you're curious as to how you can achieve such a beautiful finish, keep watching and I'll show you. Now, this video is not so much about the stamping and the colouring. It's more about how you can make the box. If you want me to, I could make you a video on how I do my stamping and colouring with the blends. Oh, this is the wrong way around, sorry. So please let me know in the comments and then I'll make a video for you. Or contact me in any other way you would like to. I did use the Be Jolly stamp set for this box, and you see I've already made my 3 decorations. There's a list of all the blends that I've used on my blog, and the description is in the box below. This was my prototype, this little box. I always try them out before I film. And and this has been cut with the second largest of the layering circles. Here they are. So the largest one, the second largest of the layering circles. Right then, the box. Oh, and I stamped in Memento Tuxedo Black before I forget to tell you. Let me just put my stamp set over here. You need some designer series paper. You need, this is for the lid, you need some cardstock for the bottom, and from some scraps you're going to cut liners for the lid and for the bottom. The lid and the bottom are made in exactly the same way. It's just that the size is slightly different. You see, for the lid it's just a tad bigger. And I'm going to show you by making the bottom. Because of the decoration on the designer series paper, it's more difficult to see when filming, and here you can easily see where my score lines are and where I'm doing all my cutting. So I'm starting with the bottom. Now, this is a piece of cardstock which measures, let me just check my notes quickly, 7 1/4 by 7 1/4, and you're going to score it on all 4 sides at, can I find my scoring tool? There it is. You score on all 4 sides at 1/2 inch, one 1/4, and 2 inches. And you repeat this all around. And you do the same thing with the piece for the lid, which I'm not going to show you. And the designer series paper for the lid is 7 3/8 by 7 3/8. But also you score at 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, and 2 inches on all 4 sides. Then you fold and burnish all your score lines. On the cardstock you do. On the designer series paper you just fold it and use your fingers, because that paper folds much more easily. Now for the cutting. It looks complicated, but it's not. First I'm going to cut up as far as the 3rd score line along one side, and you repeat this at the opposite end. Now, I do this so that I don't confuse myself. You could definitely finish one corner and then go to the next, but then I tend to cut in the wrong places. So by doing it like this, I have discovered that for me it's much easier. So this is what you have now. Right, now then, here, so this edge, you wedge, and along that end you cut away the score line. So it's a very slight wedge, and then you can pull it away. See? And here too, so you wedge, and here you cut away the score line, you go to that corner, and then you can pull it off. Then you can shorten this bit and wedge. Here as well. And you do the same thing to the other corners. Now we have these two edges left, and here again you wedge and you cut away the score line. So you just, and then it may help if you snip it like that. You can also cut from the other end if you find it easier to see. So I'm cutting away the score line here to that score line, and then I just snip it off. You cut away these score lines as well because you want to fold them into the box, and then you have to have room to be able to do that. Okay, now then, I'm taking my Seal Plus and I'm going to put some glue on these ends and here and there. I put the glue on the at the wrong end. Let me just check. Here there should have been some. I was half asleep probably. You want some glue there, because I'm going to stick these flaps onto that glue, you see? So this is superfluous. This is why you want them. Oh well, these things happen. So now I can stick the bottom together. So you just fold in those little flaps, make sure that the edges match. Because I've got too much glue now, it tends to stick to my fingers. You can hear that. The paper goes. Okay, so now then, I'm opening the flaps to show you. You're going to want to fold that one in, and then you pinch it closed, and then this flap goes onto the bottom. I hope you can see that. So you fold it in, pinch it, and then you go around. And then you take your bone folder and you make sure it all sticks. To finish off this bottom, I've made a little liner, and I'm checking if it is the right size. Probably is. Yep. And the measurements are on my blog, so all I want now is a bit of Seal Plus, and then I'm sliding it in. And this is the bottom ready. I'm going to make the lid of the box. When I've done that, I'll be back. Before I'm going to put the lid together, I'm going to show you how you can make these little notches to be able to open the lid more easily. Now, if you use a 1/2 inch circle punch, you would definitely be able to do it when the box has been assembled, you see? It just fits perfectly. But if you want to use a bigger circle punch, or even your Timeless Label or Label Me Fancy punches, you can't put the lid together before you punch your holes. So what you do then is, let me just think, this I'm going to stick it. So I'm taking these two ends, so the flaps are going that way, and then I fold my box over, because this is going to be the bottom of the box, you see. So now I can use either of these punches to punch. No, I can't use either of the punches. Hello. Oh, I wanted to help you, but not a timeless label. That won't fit unless you fold in this little flap. Yeah, then you could. If you fold in that flap, you can use a timeless label punch. I'm just trying things out here. Yes, you can. And if you do fold your flap in, it'll be in the middle as well, as far as I can see. Roughly, yeah. So you punch a hole. Well, it's almost in the middle. So you take your flap, fold it double, so you've got two strips there. You fold in this little flap, and then you slide it in your punch, and then you punch. And you could definitely do the same thing with your Label Me Fancy punch. See, it would be a bit more shallow, but it will work. So I've already cut my holes now. Let me just put my punches over here. And then I'm going to put the lid together in the same way as I put the bottom together. So here too, I want to have, oops, a liner. First let me just push down. And I can of course choose whether I want the liner in this design or the design of the top of the box. I think I'll have it in the same design. Now then, you need a piece of designer series paper, which is, I'm checking my notes here, 3 3/8, but just a bit smaller than 3 3/8. So you go to the 3 3/8 line. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then you move one down. So in fact you will get 3 5/16 of an inch. Never mind that, you just go to 3 3/8 and then you move one down and you cut, and this should be the right size. I'm just checking, and it is, you see. And again, a bit of snail, seal, okay, that's finished. And then I'm going to put my decorations in, Christmas tree, and both my Father Christmas. I'll have some snail in the middle, not snail, Karin, seal. By putting some of the seal in the middle, it will stick immediately. And which Father Christmas do I want? I want this one on the inside. So when I'm happy with where it is, I push down in the middle, and then I push down on the Tombow. And make sure you have your lid the right way up, and then you can put this one on. Put some candles in, and in a minute I'm going to tie a bow. Ooh, they smell so lovely, these candles. They're these red apple wreath. Okay, and then some ribbon, which is from the Playful Pets Trim Combo Pack. And you need about, I did write it down somewhere, about 18 inches. Yeah, so I'm going 12, 16 and 2 more. I want my ribbon on straight. I'm going to use my tweezers to hold down that little end, and then you can make a bow. Just want it a bit more tight, and then you can move it around, and people can slide it on and off, as you could see earlier in the video. Well, that's my project for today. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.